All right, time for SMX Facts with our statistician, Clinton Fowler. Now, look, Clinton, JT, and I have been bench racing on this entire show, trying to guess who will be good, who will adapt, all these things with the unknowns of SMX. So let's apply some data to it. You're calling it reasons to believe or not believe with all the top riders.
Yeah, Weege, it's tough to choose between guys like Jett Lawrence and Chase Sexton, who have obviously had incredible seasons. You got Jett Lawrence on the one hand. He's the second best starter in the entire series, his brother being slightly better. And the amazing part here is he's 2 positions better on the start than Chase Sexton. So when you look at it from a starting perspective, Jett Lawrence has got the advantage. And with a bunch of riders coming back, JT, I look at that and go, man, that's got to be a concern for Chase and a focal point. And so he's going to really have to rely on the speed, which he's had. He's won 6 overalls in a row in pro motocross. He was fastest in every one of those, but that's without Jett Lawrence there. And so, JT, the question is, can Chase actually get the starts to compete, and is Jett going to be ready for him?
Well, we look back at Supercross, and that was the biggest problem for Chase Sexton most of the time was starting position. It put him up against it time after time. Now he's sort of figured that out in pro motocross, but remember, this is going to be the deepest field he's faced. We have a lot to still sort out. Where is Jett and his recovery? But to your point, the most important point of all of this is it could be the end of that first lap. Where do these riders sit, and what is the battle in front of them? What is the ask in front of them at the end of lap 1?
Yeah, but Clinton, you have some startling dates data on how quickly Jett Lawrence is actually attempting to make this comeback compared to other riders that also had thumb injuries this year.
Yeah, no small task, Weege. He's coming back with 66 days from the day of his surgery. Eli Tomac and Cooper Webb, they came back with 93 days and 89 days at Unadilla. And we saw they were a little bit rusty in those first goings. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jett, with a month less on the bike from that surgery, can actually compete.
Yeah, Eli at Budds Creek and Webb at Unadilla were not quite 100%, and they had 30 more days to prepare for that than Jett is going to have for the playoffs. Okay, who's next on your list, believe and not believe?
Yeah, I'll move to the 250 class here, and obviously Haiden Deegan, just coming off of his first pro motocross title, is got to be the favorite in that class. He's had speed this year. He was fastest in 9 of the 20 rounds he lined up for. He also was really good on the starts, but inconsistent. So he had the most hole shots, 16 of them all year. Absolutely incredible. But he had 11 of the 22 motos in pro motocross where he started 10th or worse. So he's either like amazing or not on the starts, which is interesting because you got a guy like Tom Vialle who's going to go up against him. He is the best starter, super consistent. He averages 5.9 at the white line, which is awesome. But the problem for Vialle to compete against a guy like Deegan is he's led 12 times, but he's only won 5 times. So JT, for me, it's an interesting comparison with Deegan. Obviously, really fast, super consistent. He's got that dog in him. And a guy like Vialle, he's great starts, but he hasn't been able to show the speed to win those races.
Well, you look back at Vialle's speed in Australian Supercross, it was pretty good. Like he was up there. He won the East Coast Championship for that reason. Now, certainly Deegan caught fire in pro motocross and ran away with that championship. But similar to the 450 class, the starts will be critical. And I think about some of the motorcycle dynamics. I believe that the Monster Energy Star Racing Yamahas have a significant torque advantage. So you get into the starts in pro motocross, a really deep start. I believe that Yamaha shines. That's not what we're going to see at these SMX playoff rounds. It's going to be a harder pack start, especially Charlotte, that hard orange clay. Vegas will probably be very similar to that.
What are you seeing on the data side there for Kitchen, who doesn't have a title this year, missed out in both indoors and out? Maybe he could be a guy to get it done when we combine them together, Clinton.
Yeah, Weege, I mean, to some degree, he was second best in both series, right? He was second to RJ Hampshire in the 250 Supercross West region. He was second up until the last round in pro motocross. With a guy like Kitchen, he's got incredible speed. He showed it 3 times in Supercross, fastest overall. He was 2-time fastest in pro motocross, so I think he's got the speed. The thing that I'm going to be interested in there, in addition to what JT was saying about the bike, I'm going to be interested to see if he can stay away from having those off days. He had the Salt Lake City where he ended up 5th. wasn't able to move forward. He had the race in Washougal where he went 12-4 for, I think, 6th overall, or something of that nature. So he had those off days, and in the playoffs and in the finals, we can't have off days. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention RJ Hampshire, 250 Supercross West champion. He's come back in those last 2 rounds of pro motocross. He was 3rd and on the podium in Ironman. I like to think of him as full speed ahead, FSA. He just lets it go. So I think he's going to be in the mix as well with Levi. But obviously, I think we still have to say that Deegan's the favorite here.
This should be fun. We could go on for hours with data, but it's all just guessing. Sorry, Clinton. Even the numbers can't really pinpoint anything. So it's going to be a fun and probably unpredictable weekend, wouldn't you think?
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to go with whoever gets the starts, though.
Okay. All right. We'll use that stat early. We'll see if it pans out at the end, and then we'll regroup and see you again next week. Okay, we're wrapping up this episode of SMX Insider. One more time, here's when and where to watch the first playoff round in Charlotte. We'll have race day live qualifying coverage at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, that's all Peacock and or the Super Motocross Video Pass. We'll have a pre-race show at 2:30, and the gates drop at 3 o'clock, and that is all Eastern time. So keep in mind, this is a day race in Charlotte, and there'll be a day race in Texas and a night race for the World Championship round in Las Vegas. So keep that in mind. And also, there will be a 2-hour re-air on NBC of the Charlotte round Sunday from 4 to 6 Eastern.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.